In previous lecture, we have seen the embedded system and its characteristics, right? Now there ends your first unit. Now coming to second unit, under your second unit we will see about the instruction set of 8085. Now after you have several instructions, different instructions, around 50 to 60 instructions are there under which are designed only for 8085, right? Now after this instruction set we will see about addressing modes, right? What are different types of, what is mean by addressing modes, what are different types of addressing modes for this particular processor or a controller, that is 8085 or 8051, right? Now after seeing about addressing modes, after learning about addressing modes, we will go for assembly language programming, right? Now this is under your second unit, right? Till previous lectures we have completed the first unit where we have discussed the basic microprocessor, that is 8085, and a basic microcontroller, that is 8051, and family of 8051 also we have seen, and what is mean by embedded system. Now what are the characteristics of embedded system, all these we have seen under first unit, right? Now coming to second unit, let us see about instruction set. Now this instruction set is for your basic microprocessor, that is 8084, right? Now let us see one by one instruction, right? Now what is meant by instruction? Now this is a command. You know the meaning of instruction, right? Now this is a command given to a PC to perform a specific operation, right? Now what is mean? We will give it, a user will give a command, right? User will give a command to your PC. Now based on that command it will perform some specific operation, right? Now this is what it is mean by instruction, right? Instruction is given to the computer in order to perform a specific operation on given data, right? Now whatever the instruction set that we are discussing now that is designed purely only for 8085 processor. Now this set of instruction won't be able to operate for 8086. Now for 8086 you have different set of instruction set, and for 8085 you have different set of instruction set, and beyond 8086 you have several microprocessors, right? Now each microprocessor will be having its own instruction set, right? Every microprocessor, not only 8085 or 8086, every microprocessor will have its own instruction set that is designed by the corresponding company, right? Now what is mean by the instruction? Instruction is a command given to a computer to perform a specific operation, right? Now we are discussing the instruction set of 8085, and this is purely designed only for 8085. This set of instruction won't operate for 8086 processor or any other processor, right? Now this microprocessor is an 8-bit microprocessor, right? Now the programmer can write a program using this set of instruction set in assembly language, right? Now we have different types of set of instruction, right? Now this instruction set has been classified into different types. Now let us see one by one. Now first you have data transfer instruction set. First group is data transfer group instruction set, and next you have arithmetic group, and next you have logical group, and next you have branch control group, next you have branch control group, and next you have IO and machine control group, machine control and stack group, right? Now this set of instructions, whatever we are discussing for your particular 8085, is classified into different based on the category, classified into 5 different types. One is data transfer group, right? Under data transfer group we will just transfer the data between two contents, either it may be register to register or register to memory or memory to register, right? You have different possibilities, but this in particular different data transfer group we will transfer the data, right? Now coming to arithmetic group instruction set. Now this instruction under arithmetic group are to perform arithmetic operation. Now what are arithmetic operation? You have addition, subtraction, and increment operation, you have decrement operation, you have. Now all this set of instructions comes under your arithmetic group, right? Now logical group. Now what is meant by logical group? Logical set of instruction. What are logical set of instructions? We have AND logic, OR logic, and you have NAND logic, NOR logic, NOT logic, XNOR, XOR, right? All this set of instruction, and you have rotate, under rotate group instructions also you have 5 different types. Now all this comes under logical group, right? Now branch control, jumping, loop jump, all this comes under your branch control, right? And you have IO, input instruction and output instruction, and machine control, all this comes under your IO and machine control stack group, right? Now this is introduction about your 8085 instruction set. Now whatever the instruction that we are discussing now, that are purely designed only for 8085. This set of instructions won't be operative for 8086 or any other microprocessor. That means every processor will have its own instruction set. That is what it is mean by every processor. Not only 8085, 8086 has its own instruction set, and beyond 8086 you have Intel Core i5, i7, right? Now every processor will have its own instruction set, right? Now what is mean by the instruction? Instruction is a command. It is a command given by the user to computer in order to perform some specific operation, right? Now let us see one by one group, right? Now we have seen what is meant by instruction. Now whatever the instruction that we are discussing, that is purely designed for 8085 only, and the instruction set under your 8085 are classified into 5 different types. One is data transfer group, and another one is in which you can transfer data in between, and next you have arithmetic group instruction set where you can perform arithmetic operations, and next you have logical group instruction set where you can perform logical operations such as AND logic, OR logic, NAND, NOR, all this comes under logical group instruction set. Next you have branch control group instruction set, and you have IO and machine control and stack control group instruction set, right? Now these are the categories of 8085 instruction set. Now let us see one by one group, right? Now coming to first group. Now what do we have? First group, data transfer group instruction set, right? Now the first group of instruction set under 8085 is data transfer group, right? Now the instruction, right? Now which instructions comes under this category means the instructions which are used to transfer data from register to register is possible, and memory to register is possible, and register to memory come under this group, right? Now in this particular group of instructions, that is data transfer group of instructions, we can transfer data between register to register, or register to memory, or memory to register. These are the possibilities through which you can transfer data in between, right? Now coming to that, that means by using any instruction, if you are transferring data between contents in between, those all instructions comes under this data transfer group, right? By using instruction, if you are transferring data in between the register to register, or register to memory, or memory to register, all those set of instructions comes under your data transfer group, right? Now let us see the set of instructions under data transfer group, right? Now coming to first instruction, you have move RD, RS, right? Now this is the first instruction under data transfer group. MOV, that means move. MOV, what in our language we call it as move, right? In high level language, which is nothing but move. In assembly language, that is denoted by MOV. MOV is nothing but move, right? Move RD, RS, right? Now RD is nothing but destination register, and RS is nothing but source register, right? RD is nothing but destination register, and RS is nothing but source register, right? Now move RD, RS. Now what is meant by that instruction, right? You are moving the contents of source register to the RD register, right? You are moving the contents of source register to RD register, right? Data transfer, you are transferring the data from source register to RD register. The name itself indicates MOV RD comma RS, which indicates that you are moving content of one register, that is RS to RD, right? Move RD comma RS is nothing but moving the contents of RS register to RD register, right? Now what is next? You have next instruction we have, that is move MOV. In assembly language, move is denoted by MOV, right? Now this MOV we call it as opcode, and this RD comma RS we call it as operands, right? Opcode and operands. Opcode is nothing but instruction, that is instruction, and RD comma RS, either it may be registers or it may be memory and register, or it may be memory or accumulator, right? All these are possibilities, right? Now those we call it as operand, right? The first instruction we have seen it as move RD comma RS, which indicates you are moving the contents of source register to destination register, that is RD, right? And next we have move R comma M. Now you have to say me the meaning of this instruction, right? MOV. What is MOV? You are moving the contents, right? Your MOV is nothing but moving the content. From where you are moving the contents? From memory location to register, right? From memory location to register, right? Now you are moving the contents. Now M is nothing but memory location. Now assume this is the memory location. Now this memory location is 4050H, right? Now 8085 has how many address lines? You have 16 address lines, right? 16-bit address line, right? That's why in hexadecimal you can represent it as 4-bit form. If you convert into binary form, each bit is denoted by 4 bits, right? 4-bit binary, right? Now this is memory location. Now let us assume 4050H is your memory location, and in this memory location we have stored data 23H, right? We have stored data 23H, and the register, let us assume A register, or you can assume B register, right? Now I have instruction move B comma 4050H, right? Move B comma 4050H. Now what is this 4050H? Memory location. Now memory location is storing data 23H, right? Now register is B. To B we are storing this data 23H, right? Whatever the data that is stored in the memory location which is specified in the given instruction, that data is moved to the register which is specified within the instruction. That is what it is meant by, right? Move R comma M, right? R is nothing but register and M is nothing but memory location. Now the memory location will store some data, right? Now that data is moved to the register that is specified within the instruction. As I have given example, move B comma 4050H. Now what is this 4050H? Memory location. Now this memory location is storing data 23H, right? Now B is nothing but register, right? Now this memory location's data is stored to B register. That is what second instruction meaning is. Move R comma M. Contents of memory location are moved to the register which is specified in the given instruction, right? Now let us see the third instruction under data transfer group. Now what is third instruction? Move M comma R, right? Move M comma R, right? Now we have just reverse, right? Now I can give an example. Move 4050H comma B. Move 4050H comma B. Move, and this is memory location, and the B is nothing but register. How many registers we have? We have B register, C register, and next we have HL register, D register, right? D, those are used either individually or you can use it as a pair, right? And next we have A register, next we have temporary register, under temporary we have again two more W register, Z register. All this we can see under the architecture of 8085, right? Now coming to this next instruction, move M comma R, right? Now I can give an example, move 4050H comma B, right? Now B is storing some data. B is nothing but register, which is an 8-bit register, right? Now this is storing data some 24H, right? Now this 24H is moved to the memory location which is specified in the given instruction, right? Contents of register R are moved to the memory location that is specified within the instruction, right? Now that is about third instruction. Now coming to fourth instruction, MOVI comma R comma data. MOVI R comma data. Move immediate. MOVI nothing but move immediate, right? Now I can give an example. Move MOVI, right? Move immediate. I can specify register some C, right? And immediate data, that is 16H, right? Example for this particular instruction, that is MOVI, MVI, right? MVI, which is nothing but move immediate, right? And next you have to specify some register. Next you have to specify data. You are specifying directly data within the instruction itself, right? That immediate data is represented by this particular symbol, right? If you are using this particular symbol before a data, right, before a data, that indicates now immediate data that is specified within the instruction is moved to the C register, right? That is the meaning of this instruction, right? Now this is the 4 instruction, and next we have remaining 9 instruction, right? Before going to remaining instruction, let me explain one by one. Move RD comma RS, MOV. For moving the data, we are using the instruction opcode, that is MOV, right? MOV RD comma RS. Contents of source register are moved to the destination register, right? And coming to second instruction, MOV R comma M. MOV is nothing but move, right? Now memory location will store some data, right? Now that data is moved to the register that is specified within the instruction. I have given an example. Move B comma 4050H. Now 4050H is memory location. Now this memory location is storing data 23H. Now that data is moved to the register that is specified within the instruction, right? Now coming to third instruction, move M comma R, right? Third instruction is move M comma R, right? I can give an example, that is MOV 4050H comma B, right? This instruction meaning is that now B is a register, right? Now B will store some 8-bit data, right? Now that data is moved to the memory location that is specified within the instruction, right? Now let us assume B is storing data to 24H or some other data, right? Now that data is moved to the memory location that is specified within the instruction, right? Now coming to fourth instruction under data transfer group, MVI, move immediate. MVI is nothing but move immediate. MVI R comma data, right? MVI R comma data is your fourth instruction. Now this is your example. I can give an example like this, right? MVI, move immediate. Register, I can take any register, right? B or C or H or L or D or E or A, right? I can take any register, not only B or C, you can take any register to store some particular 8-bit data, right? Now here I have considered register as R. Now data is considered as 16H, right? Immediate data, right? Whatever the data that you want to store in a particular register, that is directly mentioned in the instruction itself, right? Immediately, right? Whatever the data that you want to store in the register, that is directly mentioned in the instruction by this hashtag, right? If you are using hashtag before a data, that means that data is an immediate data that has to move to register, specified register or specified memory location, like that, right? Now example is MYEC hashtag 16H, right? Now hashtag indicates this is an immediate data, right? This is the data that has to get moved to C register that is specified within the instruction, right? Now this is about fourth instruction. Now let us see fifth instruction. Let us see fifth instruction, right? Now what is fifth instruction? We have under data transfer control, data transfer group, we have MVI, right? What is next to possibility? Register is over, right? And the next possibility is M comma data, right? Next to possibility is M comma data. I can give an example like MVI some 4232H is an memory location and data is 32H, right? That means 4232H is the memory location, right? That is filled with immediate data 32H. That is the meaning of this instruction. Move immediate data. Move immediate data M comma data, right? That means whatever the data that is specified in the memory location, whatever the data that is specified in the instruction, right? Immediate data that is specified in the instruction is moved to the memory location specified within the instruction, right? Directly we are specifying immediate data and directly we are specifying memory location within the instruction itself, right? Now this immediate data is moved to this particular memory location, right? Now coming to sixth instruction, right? Coming to sixth instruction, now LXI RP comma data 60, right? LXI RP comma data 60. Now this instruction loads 16-bit data into register pair. RP indicates register pair. See, using this move immediate N comma data and move immediate R comma data, you can store only 8-bit data, right? You can store only 8-bit data either in the register or in the memory location that is specified within the instruction, right? Now if you want to store 16-bit data, right? If you want to store 16-bit data, now this particular instruction has to be used. Now what are register pairs we are having? We have BC register pair and we have HL register pair and we have DE register pair, right? Now this register pair, if you want to store 16-bit data, that 16-bit data can be loaded into this particular register pair, either BC or HL or DE, right? Example, I can give it as LXI BX, right? And the immediate data is 1234H. That means BC, right? Now BC register is moved with 1234H, right? BC register is moved with 1234H. That means C is moved with 34H and B is moved with 12H, right? Individually lower byte of data is stored under C, higher byte of data is stored under B, right? Now if you want to store 8-bit data, we can use move immediate R comma data or move immediate N comma data instruction. If you want to store 16-bit data, this particular instruction is used. LXI load immediate register pair RP comma data 16, that is immediate data. Example is LXI BC 1234H. This lower byte is stored under C and higher byte is stored under B, right? Now this is about sixth instruction. Now coming to seventh instruction, LDA comma address, right? LDA comma address, right? Now LDA stands for load accumulator, right? Load accumulator, right? Now the accumulator is loaded with the address that is specified within the instruction, right? Load LDA is nothing but load accumulator, and after LDA we are specifying the address. That address is loaded to accumulator, right? Now next eighth instruction, we have STA address, right? Eighth instruction we have STA address, right? Now STA is nothing but store accumulator. STA is nothing but store accumulator, right? Now we are storing the contents, right? Store accumulator. Now this is we are storing the accumulator contents in address, right? We are storing the accumulator contents in address, right? that is address that is specified within the instruction, right? Address is specified within the instruction. Now the contents of accumulator are stored in the address, right? Just reverse, these two are reverse. Load accumulator with the address, right? Now the contents of accumulator, store accumulator contents in the address that is specified within the instruction, right? Now I can give an example for load LDA 1234H, right? Now 1234H is the memory location or the address that is storing data 21H, right? Now this 21H is moved to the accumulator, load accumulator, right? The address will store some data, that data is moved to accumulator, right? Now this is about LDA. Now store, I can give an example, that is STA 2356H, right? Now 2356H. Now A is storing now A has some data that is 12H, right? Now this 12H is moved to the address that is specified within the instruction. Just opposite operation, right? LDA address, that is load accumulator. Whatever the contents that is stored under the address is moved to the accumulator. Now the contents of A are stored in the address that is specified within the instruction, right? Now this is about 8th instruction. Now coming to 9th instruction, we have LHLD address, right? LHLD address, right? Load HL pair, right? Load HL pair. LHLD is nothing but load HL pair direct, right? Load HL is nothing but register pair, right? We have 3 register pairs, that is BC, DE and HL. Load HL direct, load HL pair direct, right? And after that you have to mention some address, right? Now I can give an example, LHLD some address 3000H, right? Some address 3000H, right? Now contents of this, now this will store, now this will store some data, right? This memory location will store some data. Now let us assume 300H, under 300H we are storing data 16H, and 3001H we are storing data 17H. This is data and this is memory location, right? This is data, this is memory location, right? Now LHLD 3000H, this indicates that L is loaded with contents of 3000H. Now what are the contents of 3000H? 16H, right? Now H will load the contents of plus 1 incremented by 1, right? 3000 plus 1, what it is? 3001, right? Now what are the contents of memory location 3001H? 17H, right? Now LHLD address, this instruction loads the contents of 16-bit memory locations into the L register, right? This instruction loads the contents of 16-bit memory locations into L register, right? Now this address we have mentioned in the instruction. Now the contents of this instruction are 16H, that is loaded to L register, right? And next memory location, that is 3001H, right? And the contents of next memory location is loaded to H register, right? H register, right? Now this is, if you are going for 8-bit, you can use for loading LDA address. If you are going for 16-bit, you have to use this instruction, right? If you want to load the data which is of 8-bit into the accumulator or any other register, you can use this instruction. Now if you want to load 16-bit data, right, you have to use this instruction, right? Now coming to 10th instruction, we have, that is SHLD address. And the next instruction we have, it is SHLD address, right? SHLD address. Just reverse. What is STA? Store accumulator contents into the address, right? Now here store accumulator, we have accumulator, but here we have HL register pair, right? Store HL register pair contents to the address, right? Now the L register, now the address is stored, right? Now the address, the contents of L register, just reverse operation, right? Contents of L register are stored in the address that is specified within the instruction, and the contents of H register is stored in the next address level incremented by 1, right? Now contents of L register are stored in the memory location specified in the instruction, and the contents of H register are stored in the next memory location that is incremented by 1. That is the operation of SHLD, right? Now coming to 11th instruction, XCHG, exchange, right? XCHG, which indicates exchange. Now this instruction is used to exchange the contents of HL with DE pair, right? You have HL register pair and you have DE register pair, right? In order to exchange the contents of these two register pair, we have to use this instruction, right? Now L with E, right? H with D, right? In order to exchange these contents, we have to use this instruction exchange, right? Now let me explain one by one. You have two more remaining. Before that, going to two more remaining, let me explain one by one. Now what is the 5th instruction? We have move immediate m comma data, right? Now example, I can give it as move immediate 4232h 32h. If hashtag, if I am representing before data, that is nothing but immediate data. That direct data is mentioned in the instruction, right? Now the direct data is mentioned in the instruction is moved to the memory location that is specified in the instruction, right? And next we have 6th instruction is LXI, load immediate, right? Using this instruction we can move only 8-bit data. If you want to move 16-bit data, you have to use this instruction. Load immediate RP comma data 60. Load immediate RP comma data 60. Now what are the register pairs? We have 3 different register pairs: BC, HL and DE, right? BC, HL and DE. Now load immediate example is load immediate BC comma 1234H. This is the immediate data. If I represent hashtag immediate data. Now C register is stored with lower bytes of data and B register is stored with higher bytes of data, right? Lower 8-bit data is stored under C register and higher 8-bit data is stored under B register, right? Load immediate register pair comma data 60. Not only BC, you can use HP or HL or D, right? Now coming to 7th instruction, load accumulator address. LDA is nothing but load accumulator address, right? Now this address will store some data, right? That data is moved to accumulator. I have given example, load accumulator 1234H. Now 1234H is the memory location or the address location. Now that is storing data 21H. Now that data is loaded into accumulator, right? Now coming to STA address, store accumulator address. Contents of accumulator are stored in the address that is specified within the instruction, right? I have given example, store accumulator 2356H, right? Now A is having data, accumulator is having data some 12H or some data 8-bit data it is having, right? Now that data is moved to the memory location that is specified within the instruction. That means you are storing the contents of accumulator into the memory location that is specified within the instruction, right? And next we have 9th instruction, that is LHLD address, load HL register pair direct, right? Load HL register pair direct. Indirect you have one more instruction that we will see after this, right? Load HL direct address, right? Now here we are loading the HL register pair, right? We are loading the HL register pair into the, now this instruction loads the contents of, right? Load HL register pair address, right? Load HL register pair direct address, right? Now I have given example LHLD 3000H, right? Now 3000H is the memory location or the address location that is storing data 16H, and the next memory location is 3001H, right? Now this is storing data 17H, right? Now the contents of this address, whatever the address that is specified within the instruction, now this is the address that is specified within the instruction, and this contents is 16H, that is moved to L register, loaded to L register, and the contents of next memory location, that is 3001H, is loaded to H register, right? You are loading the contents of memory location which is given in the instruction to L register, and next memory location contents to H register, right? Now that is 9th instruction. Coming to 10th instruction, store HL, right? SHLD is nothing but store HL direct address, right? Just reverse operation, right? Now L will store some data and H will store some data, right? Now contents of L register are moved to the address that is specified within the instruction, and the contents of H register are moved to the next memory location, right? Contents of L register, that means storing the HL register contents into the address, right? Whatever the address that is specified within the instruction, now that is stored with the contents of L, and the next memory location is stored with the contents of H, right? And next instruction is exchange, XCHG exchange. If you want to exchange the contents of HL pair with DE pair, right? Lower L with E and H with D, right? L with E are exchanged and H with D are exchanged. If you want to exchange the contents of HL pair with DE pair, we have to use this instruction XCHD, that is exchanging the contents of register pairs, that is HL and DE. H with D are exchanged and L with E are exchanged, right? Now this is about 11th instruction. You have 2 more remaining instructions. Now let us see one by one. And coming to 12th instruction, we have LDAX RP, right? LDAX RP, load accumulator indirect, load accumulator indirect, right? Load, I can give an example. LDAX BC, register pair BC or HL or D, right? Now this BC will point some memory location, right? This BC will point some memory location 1 2 3 4 H, right? 1 2 3 4 H. Now 1 2 3 4 H. Now this 1 2 3 4 H memory location is storing data some 23 H. Now this is loaded to accumulator, right? This is loaded to accumulator. That is what it is mean by. Now load, you are loading the accumulator, load accumulator, you are loading the accumulator with the contents of memory location that is pointed by register pair, right? You are loading the accumulator with the contents of memory location that is pointed by register pair, right? Now that is LDAX instruction. And of the opposite of this, STAX RP, right? STAX RP. Now store accumulator contents in memory pointed by RP, right? You are storing the accumulator contents in the memory pointed by RP, right? Now you are storing some data 03H. Now accumulator has some data 03H, right? Now example, I can give it as STAX BC, right? STAX BC, right? Now BC is pointed to memory location 4032H, right? Now this memory location is loaded with, that is stored with contents of accumulator, right? This is just reverse operation, right? Now let me briefly explain. Now here ends the data transfer control group, right? And coming to 12th instruction, we have LDAX RP, right? Load accumulator LDAX RP, which is nothing but load accumulator indirect, right? I have given an example, LDAX BC, register pair. You can use BC or HL or D, right? Now this register pair will point some memory location. Now that memory location will store some data. That data is moved to accumulator, right? You are moving the content, you are loading the contents of memory location, right? You are accumulator is loaded with contents of memory location that is pointed by register pair, right? Now coming to STAXRP, right? You are storing the accumulator contents, right? Now A has contents 03H, right? You are storing the accumulator contents into the memory location that is pointed by register pair, right? Indirectly, here indirectly we are not mentioning memory location, indirectly you are mentioning some register pair. Now that will point some you are mentioning register pair that will point some memory location, either loading the contents of memory location to accumulator or storing the contents of accumulator to the memory location that is pointed by register pair, right? Here the contents of here register pair, we have register pair will point some memory location. Now that memory location is having some data that is loaded to accumulator. This is the process, right? Now here we are storing the accumulator contents, right? Accumulator has some data, that contents is stored into the memory location that is pointed by register pair, right? Now here ends the data transfer control group instructions. Total 13 we have, right? We have seen total 13 instructions. In the next lecture we will see about arithmetic group of instructions. In the next lecture we will see about arithmetic group of instruction. After that we will see remaining 3 different groups of instruction. Meanwhile you have to remember this 13 set of instructions under data transfer control group, right?